Imagine this. You're walking across a bridge and you feel a tiny sting on your leg. You barely even notice it. You look back, see some guy drop his umbrella, and then he's gone. You'd probably forget about it in 5 seconds, right? Well, for this man, Georgi Markov, that tiny sting was a death sentence. By that night, he had a crazy fever, and just 4 days later, he was dead.
And what doctors found next is literally something out of a spy movie. They found a tiny metal ball, smaller than the head of a pen, packed with one of the deadliest poisons known to man. Today, we're uncovering how the KGB built the perfect silent killer using just an umbrella. This is one of the craziest assassination stories of all time.
So why would the KGB go to all this trouble to kill this one guy? Who was Georgi Markov? Believe it or not, Markov started out as a famous novelist in Bulgaria. He was part of the elite, living a super privileged life under the communist government. But he got sick of being told what to write and hated the country's dictator, Todor Zhivkov. So in 1969, he did something completely life-changing. He defected. He escaped to London, started a new life, and got a job as a journalist. And this is where he became a huge problem for the Bulgarian government. He started a radio show that was broadcast back to his home country, and he exposed everything, all the corruption, all the lies, all the secrets of the communist leaders. He was an insider spilling the tea to millions of people.
To the dictator Zhivkov, this was the ultimate betrayal. He wasn't just criticizing the government, he was airing all its dirty laundry for the entire world to hear. And Zhivkov wanted him gone. The threats started coming fast. Someone called and told him if he didn't quit his job, he'd be killed in a special way. They had already tried to kill him twice and failed, but the third time they were not going to miss. The order came from the dictator himself, and he chose his own birthday for the attack. This assassination was meant to be a twisted birthday present.
When Markov got to the hospital, the doctors had no idea what was wrong with him. He had a massive fever and an insane white blood cell count. They thought it could be anything, but Markov knew. Before he died, he told everyone he was sure he'd been poisoned and described the weirdo with the umbrella.
Because he was so insistent, after he died, police ordered a full autopsy. They looked at the tiny wound on his leg, and under a microscope, they found it. A tiny metal ball, only 1.7 millimeters wide. This is absolutely wild. This wasn't just some random piece of metal. This was a piece of insane spy tech. It was made from a special alloy that your body can't even detect. And even crazier, it had 2 tiny holes drilled into it with a laser to create a secret compartment. A laser! That tiny compartment held the poison. Scientists think it was sealed with a sugar wax that was designed to melt at body temperature. So once the pellet was in his leg, the wax would dissolve and release the poison directly into his blood. So sneaky.
But what was the poison? They couldn't find any trace of it in his body, so they had to work backward from his symptoms, and they landed on one thing: ricin. Ricin comes from castor beans, and it is unbelievably deadly. An amount the size of a few grains of sand is enough to kill a person. It basically tells your body's cells to just stop working, causing total organ failure. It was a perfect match. And here's the scariest part. To this day, there is no antidote for ricin. A weapon this advanced meant they had help from someone bigger. All signs pointed to the KGB. The KGB had a top-secret squad called Department V, and their only job was sabotage and assassination. These guys were masters of wet work, which is a terrifying code name for missions involving murder. And their secret labs created the most insane spy gadgets you could imagine. They had poison-laced chocolates, spray guns that could give you a heart attack, and even a pistol hidden in a tube of lipstick called the Kiss of Death. I'm not even kidding. They also made silent pistols that were almost completely quiet. Hiding weapons in everyday objects was the KGB's signature move. They put guns in cigarette cases and poison needles in walking canes. So an umbrella in rainy London was the perfect disguise. It was completely genius. Later, a high-ranking KGB defector, Oleg Kalugin, confirmed everything. He said the Bulgarians asked for help taking out Markov, and the KGB's tech guys designed and built the umbrella weapon. They even supplied the super pure ricin from their own secret labs. The Bulgarians wanted him dead, but the KGB gave them the insane tech to do it. Okay, so how did this insane Bulgarian umbrella actually work? Well, it wasn't a gun with gunpowder. It was way more clever than that. The umbrella was modified with a hidden pneumatic system, basically powered by compressed air hidden inside. The assassin would press a secret button on the handle, and it would silently fire the ricin pellet out of the tip. It would have made a tiny hiss that would be completely lost in the noise of a busy city. It's genius.
But here's a crazy plot twist. The whole man dropped his umbrella story might have been a complete distraction. Markov's wife said he didn't think the weapon was the umbrella. Some investigators now believe the real weapon could have been even smaller, like a pin, and the umbrella was just used to hide the assassin's face and create a distraction. Whatever it was, the plan was flawless. The weapon was silent, the bullet was tiny, and the poison was slow-acting and untraceable. It was the perfect murder.
And the craziest part of this whole story? The assassin on the bridge was never caught. They identified a main suspect years later, a guy named Francesco Galino, codenamed Agent Piccadilly. They even questioned him once, but he was never arrested and just lived his life freely until he died in 2021. And conveniently, all the files about the murder have vanished from the Bulgarian archives. So sketchy. And get this, the attack on Markov wasn't the only one. Just 10 days earlier, another Bulgarian defector was attacked in Paris. He felt a sting, got a fever, but he actually survived. Why? Because the pellet they shot him with didn't go deep enough into his muscle. He got so lucky. This insane murder cemented the Bulgarian umbrella as a legend. It became the ultimate symbol of Cold War spying. You've seen it everywhere in pop culture, from spy movies to shows like Breaking Bad. You know the umbrella guns in the Kingsman movies? That idea came directly from this real-life assassination. Today, the case is still technically open. It's a crazy reminder of a time when spies used sci-fi gadgets to pull off the perfect murder in broad daylight. The world of spy gadgets is absolutely insane. This assassination was just on another level. The planning, the tech, the pure evil of it all is wild. The KGB created the perfect deniable weapon, killed a guy in the middle of London in broad daylight, and completely got away with it. The poison umbrella isn't just a story. It shows how far spies will go to silence one person. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends so you'll receive more obscure facts and stories from the Mundane Mystery Files.